Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I have the Transformers animated Optimus Prime. I believe it's a deluxe class. I'm not so sure. It's been years since I took this out of my collection just to mess around with it. But this is a really awesome action figure, and it's a great cartoon series if you're not familiar with it. It ran for a few seasons. It was a great show. The character designs were awesome. And with the show, we got a lot of cool Transformers toys. This particular figure is actually one of my favorite Optimus Primes in my collection. This particular Transformer is really great because it comes with a lot of articulation. As you can tell, you have the translucent helmet, and you can see the eyes glowing through them, which is a really cool feature. It comes with a lot of accessories, right? It comes with his trusty gun, his rifle, and they did stylize the gun as well to fit with the animated series. I do have the axe, but I lost the other piece of the axe. This is one side of it. I lost the other one. I did have a lot of these figures when this show initially came out. Unfortunately, they got lost, and I did sell a few of those pieces. I am regretting that. This was a really great show because from the series, we got a lot of toys from that series, and the toys actually look a lot like the show, which was an amazing feat. The toys back then weren't that expensive. I know the deluxe classes were about $24.99. The warrior classes weren't that weren't as expensive either. They were only about say about $12, which is a pretty good price considering how everything is just jumped up nowadays. The warrior classes for, say, Robots in the Sky, $16. Titan's Return warrior classes about $15 to $16. So that just tells you how much prices have inflated, within the past few years. So let me get into what I really like about this figure. So as you can tell, it's a very stylized mold of this action figure. The lines are very boxy. I do love the red and blue. It's a very nice colorway. The gray really offsets everything. You get the yellow, which really helps with the trim and really makes it emphasize all the other colors. I do love all the articulation in the figure. One of my favorite aspects of this figure is you do have the ability to change him from Warrior Optimus Prime, which is something that we saw in the movies. You do have the ability to change from Warrior Optimus Prime to just everyday Optimus Prime when you can see him talking. So this is really a really cool aspect to this figure. Also, the articulation is really great. You can see the shapes on this figure is also really something that stands out. You get this cool symmetrical shape on the front, and that really draws my eye into just the whole torso area. The fog lights are really nice. The grill on the figure really replicates something like, as you know, the lower torso, like abs. So it looks like he's pretty buff. You get the big shoulders on this figure as well. And I do like how when you place this figure, and try to pose him, you don't have a problem really standing up. He doesn't really fall as often as, other figures. Now I do like the color contrast on this figure. I like how the yellow really offsets the blue, and then you get a little bit of a gray, and then that goes back to the blue, and then you get the parallels of the blue and the yellow, and that just really complements each other. And then you get the red trimmed with the gray, and then you see the yellow lights on there, and then you see the blue windshield, and you just get this sense that it's not cluttered as far as the color goes. It's just really nice, and it's a really clean look for this figure. The front looks really great. When you turn it to the back, it's a really nice look as well. You don't get too much kibble, and you don't get any hollow areas. So that's a nice look. It just really looks solid, and it does a really nice job of just closing up the hollow areas, just so it looks like a it looks like a solid figure. So that's what I love about that. Now getting to the articulation, this figure has a lot of great points of articulation. You can move the head left to right. You have the armor option for his face, so that's really good. You can't move it up and down, but you can move left to right. There is some hindrance with the arm articulation. You have this tab right here, but if you move it out a little bit, then you have that ability to move it 360 degrees up and down. And then you also have the elbow articulation, which is really great. They did a really good job with this figure. And I miss having all these action figures. I mean, this is probably one of the better lines that Hasbro has ever came with, well, as far as the Transformers line. I look at this figure and I compare it I always compare it to the Robots in Disguise figures, and this is a much superior line than the Robots in Disguise. And I actually do like the Robots in Disguise figures. I just wish they would cover up the hollow areas and just put a little more effort into, just making it look like a solid figure. That's my only complaint about this figures. This has a little more heft to it, and the elbow. Here's another elbow joint. You also have a swivel joint in the torso area. You don't have any ab crunches, which I have no problem with that. No problem at all. And then you also have the hip joints, which are really nice. Then you have a double joint for the knee, which is also really great for a Transformers toy. So he can't go 360. I mean, he can't just do a full crunch with his knee. But you can actually move this forward a little bit, which is a nice option to have. And then you could also move in the toes, of course. That's for the transformation. And this is a little loose on the torso, but that's okay because I've had this for almost 10 years. So, you know, that's not a problem. And this guy has no problem standing up, as you can tell. So, if you're a big Transformers collector and you love, you know, the Transformers line, I suggest you go pick this up. I mean, it's a little bit stylized and it looks a little bit different than the G1. But if you want a different look to your Transformers collection, I suggest you go pick up this Optimus Prime. This is a good guy to start with. Again, I don't remember if this was a Deluxe or Warrior class. I'm going to assume it's a Deluxe because it's a little bit larger than my other Transformers animated collection. But great figure to have in your collection. So thanks, guys. This was a quick review. I hope you enjoyed the montages, and I'm out. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, check out this video over here, and also check out this video over here. Thanks for watching.